Hey peeps, happy Saturday. It is the 27th, 28th of December. No vlog yesterday because, as you could probably hear, I've come down with a bit of a stinky cold, and obviously I was going to be travelling up to London today, but I don't want to give this to Wilson, so I am staying here until the worst of it is over. It's not a really bad cold, it's not gone any further, like it's here and here, thankfully, not descending to my chest, so fingers crossed it will go in a couple of days. I spent yesterday binge watching Lost in Space, and I started watching the second series of You, which I really enjoyed the first series of, and yeah, second series so far so good. I did that this morning as well. It's about 2 o'clock now, I think, and I'm just about to head down to the main house. Got some bits and pieces that I need to do to Wilson's jacket, put the press studs on and sew in the label. I think I'm going to do that, and then wrap it. One of his other presents has finally arrived, so I'm going to wrap that as well. Baby Bother's present hasn't arrived, which sucks, but fingers crossed it might turn up tomorrow, possibly. They do deliver on Sundays, so we'll see. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to head down to the main house. Slight problem. One of the pieces of the die set that I bought is faulty and won't screw into the press evenly, and so won't do the press studs, which means I can't finish Wilson's jacket, which I am very annoyed about, but never mind. I'm gonna somebody suggested in the comments, somebody suggested taking it to the sort of like local people that do shoe repairs and things like that and see if they can help, so I will do that tomorrow. But it's a bit of a bugger, but never mind, nothing we can do about it now. I've got the label out to put in the jacket, so I can do that, and it also needs some bar tacks on the top of the split in the sleeves, so I can do that as well. And yeah, fingers crossed Timpson's can help tomorrow, we shall see. Okay, so I've shortened the sleeves and I have put in the sleeve heads and the shoulder pads, which is giving it a much more structured look up there. I have sewed together the majority of the bodice lining. I just need to press everything and then I can sew the shoulder seams together. I've also sewn together the skirt of the lining, and I've shortened the lining sleeves by 5/8 of an inch because I'd lengthened them by 5/8 of an inch. So these are now 5/8 of an inch shorter than the sleeves that are on the jacket at the moment, which will help these linings to sit further in and not peek out of the sleeve when the sleeve is lined. So I'm going to get that pressed and finished, and then I think I'm going to call it a day. Okay, lining is almost done. I need to do the sleeves, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I also need to do the facing for the lining and get that attached, but I need to trim the front edge of the facing at the waist because I'm using the pattern that I used to make my coat, and I needed to make the waist slightly larger, so I took the excess off of the seam allowance of the pattern for the actual skirt pieces, but I didn't do it for the facing, so I need to make that be the same front length as the facing, and then I can put the the same front length as the skirt, so I can then put the facing together and get that sewn on. And I haven't made the skirt of the wool as yet because it occurred to me that one of the things I don't like about my red coat is that it hasn't got pockets, and I need to cut some pockets and install those into the skirt before I can sew that together. So the skirt and the facing pieces are all down there, and then that's the rest of the sleeve lining. So not bad work for today. I added the bar tacks to Wilson's jacket just to reinforce that area. I can't believe I've got the piece I've got for putting on the press studs doesn't work. We're going to try the local place that fixes shoes and see if they can do that for me tomorrow. Such flattering lighting being lit from beneath, but never mind. I didn't do very well with my 2019 or hashtag 2019 make 9 plans. Like the 2018 ones, I was really specific and used patterns, actual patterns that I wanted to do. With 2019, I kind of just gave myself areas that I wanted to work on, and whilst I did some of them, I didn't do all of them. So I thought what I would do this year is, because I like the idea of the challenge and I would like to succeed at least one year in making all 9 things, and as somebody pointed out, I can't remember whose post it was, but it's an arbitrary amount because it looks good on Instagram because you can, like the grid, the 3x3 for the grid. But yeah, so what I thought I would do this year is I would pick out 9 fabrics from my stash that I want to work with. Now there's loads in there that I absolutely love but I'm terrified of, and I'm only going to pick, I think, maybe 1 of those, because whilst I'm terrified of working with it, I know what I want to do with it. Whereas some of them I've had, like the Dior silks that I've had that Mum brought me back from Kuwait, I've had those in my stash now for over 15 years and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with them, but I'm not 100% sure. And I don't want to say I'm going to make something with them in 2020 when I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to rush through something and ruin fabric that I've held on to for so long just for the sake of getting things sewn up. So I'm going to go through and pick out fabrics that I want to use, that I kind of have an idea of what I want to make with them. And yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do for my Make 9 2020, is pick fabrics, and not ridiculous fabrics that I, you know, like I say, I've been holding on to for years. So I'm going to go into the stash. It's also going to make me feel better as well, because as we have discussed, touching and stroking the stash always does make you feel better, and it's a definite pick-me-up for me. So I'm going to pick out some fabrics because I'm filming tomorrow. Tomorrow is a filming day. I have ideas for I think about 5 or 6 videos. I have got a busy day ahead of me. Only 2 of them are like hour-long videos. The rest of them are quite short, but I want to be as prepped as I can be to get as much done as I can do. Given that Wilson's main present is not going to be finished, I bought a frame from TK Maxx, and something that he says all the time is nailed it or crushed it. So I'm going to embroider nailed it and then frame it for him, because he has a picture hook in his flat that he's not using. One of them he uses for his dressing gown, and then one of them is just there and he hasn't got anything on it. So I thought, it's a handmade present for me, it's a fun idea. The frame didn't cost very much, and it's just going to take me like an hour's worth of time to do, but I want to do that tomorrow because we're leaving on Monday. So I want to get the filming done as quickly as possible. Let's have a look in the stash. So again, this is probably not a overly flattering angle to be filmed from, but it does give you a good view of the stash. At least I think it gives you a good view. I might move you around a little bit more. There's some in here that I 100% know that I want to make up. So one of the things that was on my 2019 Make 9 was the Starlark Ziggy jacket, and so many of you guys gave it to me as a present. I think I ended up with 4 copies of it, which was unbelievable of you guys, so thank you very much. The lovely Erica Lee, when she made a bag out of this, which was her hand luggage, to bring over to the sewing retreat in May, the first sewing retreat that I did. I loved it, and she went back to Joann's and bought whatever was left for me, and it's kind of like a suede with this foil on it, and I really want to make this into a Ziggy jacket. So this is going to be the first one that I pull out, because I think I do have a plain fabric to make the Ziggy from, and I will make a muslin, and I think my first mock-up will be the plain fabric, but this is going to make the most awesome Ziggy jacket. This is going to definitely be a preview of my Make 9 video as well, but I know not everybody watches like the waffles, so you know, you're just getting a sneaky peek of the things I want to do. The other one that I'm going to get out is this Liberty Carline cotton lawn. It's $22.50 a metre. My sister-in-law and brother gave me a Liberty voucher last Christmas and towards this, and this is going to be an 8577. I know that. I have the buttons for that already from Wimwam Buttons. They're gorgeous, like pearl luster white rose buttons. It's going to be immense. I wear the 857 loads. I've got 3 of them so far, so this will be the 4th one, and yeah, this needs to be made up. I wasn't planning on making it up this year and just didn't get around to it. That's number 2. This is the fabric I'm scared of. This is a silk fabric that Mum bought for me from Beckford Silks, I think it was, and I absolutely love this. I saw this skirt on Pinterest and it was from Chic Wish, I think, and not at all expensive. When I saw this fabric, it just reminded me of that skirt so much. So I want to make a knife pleated skirt like that out of this. I have 3 meters of this fabric. I think that skirt is going to look awesome, but like I say, this is the one that I'm slightly terrified of. So I wanted to put something in the stash that I have 100% planned for, that I know I'm going to like, I know I'm going to wear, but I am a little bit scared of. But like I said, maybe not the Dior silk. So that's 3, 6 more to go. Oh, I know. I'm gonna get this one out as well. I got this from the last time I went to the Gold Hawk Road. Was it the last time or the time before? But it's this kind of textured chiffon, and I know what I want to make this with. I want to make a really fitted bodice with a very full skirt, and I just think that this is going to be absolutely beautiful in that, and I don't need a dress like that, but I do have 2 gala dinners coming up, so this could be quite fun to use for one of the gala dinner dresses. And as much as I like wearing or making floor length gowns, I very rarely would wear them, whereas this I can see myself wearing this if it was like a below the knee, sort of like the 29-inch length that I like. I can see myself wearing that more often. So that one. Chiana's over there looking at me. She's really pleased that I'm getting fabric out so she can come and sit on it later. Oh, I know. In fact, yeah, both of those. So I saw this one on Liz from Liz Sews, and she made a Ogden cami out of it, and it's a rayon, it's a Telio print, and it's from fabric.com. I don't think they have this anymore, but I loved it so much that I bought 5 yards of this. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. I've been hoarding it because I'm so worried I'm going to make the wrong thing and I won't love it, but I do think this deserves to be a garment this year or next year, and this would be really cool for my holiday because I have a lemon print rayon that I wanted to use as well for my holiday to go with the lemon print skirt that I made. So that might be one to add to the pile. But yeah, I want to use that one, and then I also want to use this one. I bought the last of this. It's from Till the Sun Goes Down. I bought the last of this from the knitting and stitching show that she had. There's enough to make a top. I think there's just over 2 meters. I kind of fancy making the Josie top from Essential Space Patterns. And again, I've been hoarding this one because I'm terrified of making the wrong thing with it. That would be a good one. And again, it's a viscose, it's a rayon. That's 6, so I've got 3 more to go. Why am I so out of breath? 3 more to go. Oh, I know. This one has also been in my stash for ages. It's a Robert Kaufman flannel, and I bought this with the idea of making the Deer and Doe Bruyere shirt because I was basically trying to copy the girl in the adverts or the samples that they made, and I couldn't find the exact same check, but this was fairly close. Now, I did make the Bruyere shirt, not this year, last year, and I still need to make some changes to it, and to the point where I think I'm actually going to do what Liz from Liz Sews did, and she Franken patterned it together from the 6696 and then just drafted the bottom part and the sleeves herself. The 6696 bodice fits me perfectly. I stole the back of the Bruyere shirt to take the pleat out of the 6696, and I didn't overly love how the collar on the Bruyere went in, but I did like the waistband and the peplum that it has, so I think I might steal the collar and the shirt front from the 6696 and then smoosh the rest of it together. But I've had this in my stash for the longest time with the idea of it being that type of shirt, so I think that's what I'm going to do for that. Any of you guys who do watch the vlogs or the waffles and also the proper videos, you're not going to need to watch my Make 9 unless you want to hear me waffle about what went wrong or what I didn't get done this year. Oh, I know as well. In fact, yeah, I've picked out the last 2. Come on. Oh, come here. Okay. That was a lot of effort. This is a viscose Marrakein that I got from the fabric room. It's in the tobacco colour, and I want to make the Vogue 9077 shirt dress with this. I've made it once before in a khaki crepe that I got from the fabric room, and whilst that one is good, it's not perfect. I want to make some more changes to it. I made quite a lot of changes to that one already, but I want to make some more. I added a yoke because I just like how yokes look on shirt dresses. I changed up the collar because I hated the way that the collar went in, so I stole the collar from the 6696 because I like that collar. It has a collar stand and the original pattern doesn't. Although the original pattern does have like some detailing at the front of the collar that ties in with the detailing at the front of the bodice, but I would never wear the collar done up all the way to the top. In fact, I don't even put buttonholes up that high because I just won't wear it like that. So I don't think that I don't think it detracts not having the detailing on the collar as well as on the bodice, although I love it on the bodice. And I want to make this one with long sleeves. I have, I think, 5 meters of this, so that's the other one. And then the final one is this crepe that I got from Fabrics Galore at the knitting and stitching show, I think 3 years ago now, and I bought all that they had left because I know Amanda from I Sew A Lot had bought some, and she was like, there's not much left, and because I was like, oh, that's what I want, and she went, yeah, not much left. So I went and bought what they had left, and then I got some more of it when I got home from their website. So I have two lengths of this, 2 separate lengths, I think that's right. Yeah, 2 separate lengths of this, and I want to make the Gertie dress, and I can't remember off the top of my head what the number is, but I want to make that dress, but I want to put on at least a 3/4 circle skirt, which is why I bought more of this fabric. So I've been dreaming about that dress for ages, and I would really like to get that made up. So that's the last fabric that I'm gonna pull. That's 9 of them, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 9. I can count. Oh god, I'm exhausted. So yeah, I'm gonna put those to the side, and I will talk about everything, the same things that I've just told all you guys, but I'm going to make a standalone video about it tomorrow and probably talk about it in a little bit more depth because you know how I like to waffle. Yes, you guys can either watch that video or you can be like, ah, we have insider knowledge because we watch the vlogs. I mean, there are so many fabrics in here that I want to use and I will use next year. I'm going to be shopping my stash a lot more next year. I have so much fabric, so much fabric, so much beautiful fabric. Yeah, I'm going to try and be better about not buying all the nude prints that Lady McElroy release, although we all know that that's probably a lie and I probably will. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to shop my stash way more and stop checking the textile centre for new releases, although there's a lot on there that I want at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and finish this vlog up. I am ridiculously out of breath after doing that. I don't think it's going to be a just make 9 video. I think it's going to be a 2020 challenge video. There's a new thing that I saw on, in fact there's 2 things that I saw on Instagram. Let's see, one of them was by, I took a photo of it so I wouldn't forget. One of them is by the Stitch Edit, and it was 2020 Res Solutions. A challenging item to make, technique to learn, event to go to, shop to visit, change to make. I really liked that, and I did a Res Solutions one last year that Claire from Penguin and Pear had put together. And then the other one was by Patsy Poo Makes, and it's Sewing Bingo 2020, and I'll put the image up here. I think it's a nice kind of change to the Make 9. It's stuff in there that's so broad that you can apply it to a lot of things, and a lot of the ones that I've got back there will also tick off the Sewing Bingo one as well. So I kind of, yeah, I think amalgamating a whole bunch of things for me is going to work a lot better. I really like challenges. I really do. I think it's nice to think outside the box. They challenge me, funnily enough. They are fun to take part in. I think I just get over ambitious or get too narrowly focused on things, and then stuff changes over time and you don't want to do the thing that you were so thrilled about in January. When it comes to July, things change and new patterns have been released, etc, etc. So yeah, I think it's going to be nice to have a broader spectrum of things to do, and then also having that bunch of fabrics back there picked out ready with, and I have pretty specific ideas for all of them except for the goldfish one. I can't decide if I want to make beach pajamas and something else, or if I want to make a wrap dress with ruffles. I can't decide between the two, but I think having those fabrics picked out, they're all fabrics I love, they're all fabrics I really want to work with. I think that will motivate me to make those things, but we shall see. We shall see. Anyway, on that note, I have been waffling at you for quite a lot of time today, and I still have to edit this, and it is apparently 1 o'clock. Oh no, that's when I took the photo. It's 9:25. I was like, that's not 1 o'clock. It can't possibly be 1 o'clock. That's when I took the photo of the Sewing Bingo thing. Oh dear. Never mind, hey. Oh, I can take more painkillers in a minute. Not painkillers, cold and Lemsip cold and flu for the win. So yeah, I'm gonna get this edited and uploaded, and I will stop waffling at you because I've waffled a lot. So I hope you've enjoyed what I did film, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.